Dear collectors, today we're taking a closer look at a truly remarkable piece of craftsmanship, the Montblanc Writer's Edition George Bernard Shaw. This limited edition is a celebration of one of Ireland's most iconic literary figures and reflects his legacy through its thoughtful design and exquisite details. Now, let's explore how Montblanc has brought Shaw's story and themes to life in this extraordinary pen. You can already tell from the boxing that we talk about a writer's edition. It's the book-like pen box that we know. And we also can see that we're talking about a rather vintage version because we still have this old box that we see with writer's editions. Nowadays, the writer's editions still feature the book theme as a box, but they look slightly different. Now, before we go into the details of the pen, let's look at George Bernard Shaw. He was born in Dublin, Ireland in 1856 and living until 1950, so nearly turning 100 years. He was a playwright, critic, and social thinker whose works left a profound impact on literature and society. Best known for Pygmalion, his sharp commentary on class and transformation are as relevant today as they were in his time. Shaw's life and ideas were deeply rooted in Ireland's vibrant cultural heritage and a belief in the power of change, a legacy that Montblanc has beautifully captured in this writer's edition, George Bernard Shaw. Now, you know the common booklet that goes along with every pen of Montblanc, but in the old ones, we still have a list of Patron of Arts and Writers editions from the very start up until the current release, which I thought was a very, very cool feature. Sadly, they dropped it. Anyways, the fountain pen was limited to 16,000 pieces, while there have been mechanical pencils, ballpoints, and a set of the three with this release. The pen, when released in 2008, was sold for 710 euros and is now being offered for around 1,400 euros on secondary market, uninked and full set. So that's quite a value development. Now, every detail of this writing instrument reflects Shaw's life, his famous work, and the themes he championed. The vibrant green marbled lacquer on the body and cone draws inspiration from the fresh rolling landscapes of the Irish countryside where Shaw grew up, a fitting tribute to his roots and the imagery often found in his work. The platinum-coated fittings provide a sense of modern sophistication, mirroring Shaw's ability to bring timeless issues into sharp contemporary focus. Now, what's very important is that the pen's design also pays homage to Shaw's most iconic character, Eliza Doolittle from Pygmalion. And Eliza's journey from a humbled and poor flower girl to a refined lady is anchored in the pen's elegant transformation of materials and details. And what you might have noticed already is, starting from the cone, we have most of the pen colored in the green marbled lacquer, and the further we go along the pen, the more silver fittings, platinum fittings we see at the pen. So it's the story of turning from green to platinum, from poor rich flower girl to an aristocratic lady. And I think this is such a subtle and elegant detail of the design that you don't really notice by just looking at the pen. But once you know the story behind, I think it's a brilliant tweak. So we see the green, dominant green color, and we see how the platinum is building up until the point where we have a solid platinum fitting right at the cap's top. What we also see is a wonderful ink window, and I have to say this isn't really found in modern writers' editions that often, but we saw it in vintage ones quite frequently. The first one, Hemingway's, also had an ink window, and I thought this was a very cool feature for people actually using the pen and wanting to see how much ink is left. Now, again, also looking at the details of the green marble, you can actually spot like leaves that lie on the ground and bring this whole pen to life. Looking at the nib, we have an 18-karat gold nib that's engraved with a delicate bouquet of flowers, a subtle but meaningful nod to, again, Eliza's origins and the central motive of the play Pygmalion. This connection between storytelling and design highlights the pen's narrative, making it more than a tool. It becomes a vessel for Chaucer's ideals and creativity. We also see the 4810 engraved as well as the Montblanc emblem on the nib, and I think it's a very playful and wonderful nib. Now, the cap endowed with Chaucer's signature offers a personal touch, while the Montblanc emblem at the top in black and white design adds the hallmark of timeless craftsmanship. These elements combined with a platinum-coated clip tie the design together into an object that feels both luxurious and deeply meaningful. Now, to bring this pen in contrast, we have put the Writer's Edition George Bernard Shaw next to the Omar's Vespucci, the Monte Grappa Zodiac the Tiger, and right at the top, Montblanc Writer's Edition Jules Verne. From a weight perspective, the Shaw pen weighs 62 grams, the Vespucci only 20 grams, the Monte Grappa Tiger 53 grams, and the Verne, Jules Verne, 63. The average weight of the standard writer's editions that we saw over the years is at 47 grams. Hence, this release is considerably heavy, but doesn't really feel like it at all. If you compare it size-wise, obviously the writer's editions Shaw and Verne pretty much add up. They are pretty similar in size. Also in terms of nib, we see a rather large nib at the Omar's Vespucci and a rather small nib at the Monte Grappa Zodiac. And the Monte Grappa Zodiac probably is a bit smaller from size, but still feels handy. You can already see that the design does stand out. Although it is a rather simple design, the Shaw Writer's Edition does stand out in the four aligned, and I think it's exactly what Montblanc wanted to do, a subtle yet elegant design. Thank you very much for listening, and I'm looking forward to the next video.